Hi, I'm Ashley. I am in the paralegal diploma program and I'm in my first year.
Hi, I'm Priya. I am in the business administration program with a minor in legal studies, and I'm in my second year.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm in the paralegal program. I'm in the degree, and I'm in my second year.
Yeah, the CLA, we host networking events, opportunities, and find resources for students pursuing the legal field. So whether that's a paralegal student at Capilano, a legal administrative assistant student, or someone pursuing law school. We aren't just selective. We try to provide resources for everyone across Capilano.
I chose the Capilano paralegal diploma program because I was doing an undergraduate degree at SFU in criminology with a legal studies certificate on top of that, and I really liked the more legal procedural side of things, and so I thought being a paralegal would be a good fit, and Capilano had a really good repeatable program, so I chose that.
Yeah, I chose the Bachelor of Business Administration program, specifically because I like the way that it's structured. I like the classes, I like also the relationships with professors that you can have, and I think that's just an overall theme at Capilano is sort of the closeness that you can have. And I got into some of the larger schools, but I picked CapU because of relationships.
I chose the paralegal program at Capilano because I heard it was a very excellent program, and I had also, prior to doing it, did my legal administrative assistant certificate, and so a lot of the professors, instructors, and even employers were letting me know that CAP students in the program are very heavily sought, so I thought might as well continue on my paralegal degree here, especially with how great the instructors can be. I'm completing my second year now, and it's been really fun.
We did not know each other before, but I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm very glad that we have met each other because it's a great group that we have at the CLA. It's a very shaky sort of situation right now, I could say. Like, we haven't fully been told, and this is not necessarily the fault of anyone, but I think the CSU, their policies weren't in line with the CBPS's principles and our practices. So, for example, the elections that are on right now, one major change that happened was CBPS candidates. So that's if you want to become president of the Accounting Association, legal, HR, you have to go through an interview process, which is different than any CSU position. And that's just because was a history of students getting into the roles that they were not supposed to be in and wasting time, resources, and just ruining relationships that we had with external people and networking connections. So that's, I think, where the CLA had to be rebuilt. Is there was a previous president who was not supposed to be in this role and absolutely ran the CLA to the ground. There was no exec team, an absolute dumpster fire of like an email. Like, I went and looked at this official CLA email account and it was just filled with student requests for like help, I'm looking for resources, I'm looking to network, and no replies. And I'm looking at this as I get into the role and I'm like, this is not good. We have a PR nightmare. And from there, it was a slow start with building a team, and I learned a lot as a leader. I'm 19, so being in a role like this at 19 has been a lot to take in, but I've learned a lot, and I learned a lot about the importance of recruitment and having a great team that has your back, like these girls. So, yeah. Do you guys have anything to add? I know I talked a lot.
Well, from like an external point of view, I've been going to Capilano for a while now. I'm 24, so she's like my little sister. So it's just amazing to see somebody so young in such a strong role. Because the CLA back then, they did have strong leaders. They did do a lot, and they had resources. But as it went on, I started seeing like the change, the chapters going on, and it just slowly started deteriorating. So nobody really kind of wanted to engage. Nobody really wanted to kind of be part of it. There wasn't anything going on. There was barely any events. And being like a legal student, I want those resources. I want to exchange like information and network and have that kind of association there to guide me. Especially like the difference between being 18 to 24 now, having Priya here, it's just amazing having all this networking and having all these connections and being able to kind of run the CLA how I wish it could have been run a couple years back. So it's just great being able to be by her side to rebuild it to how it is now.
I think that the CSU should adopt the same processes and sort of strategy of recruiting candidates that the CBPS has, because it's a smart thing to do. We have candidates now in the CSU who are not doing their job, and they neglect the power, I guess, that you could say they are given, and that's not fair to students and the money that we put in. So yeah. So the associations are established by the CBPS, and they go through the CBPS and are funded through the CSU down to the CBPS. But again, I'm not quite sure how that's going to change. Clubs are funded through the CSU as well. You have to apply for a club that anyone can really start. But the associations are always going to be present. It's just the leadership that changes.
A person should join the CLA because I think it's a really good way to create connections. The legal studies department in the program is very small and close knit. So I find it's really good to get to know your peers, get to know the faculty, and joining the CLA is kind of a fun way to do that, and to also just really be part of helping other students get the resources that they need. I find it really rewarding and really fun, and I think it's just a really good way to kind of enjoy the program and your studies a little bit more.
So in the past, we've had a law school admissions night. We had the 3 BC law schools come in and give sort of a panel discussion on what it's like to apply to law school, what each law school has to offer, and it was a great turnout. We also had a careers in law panel where we had different speakers from different sort of sectors of the legal field come and discuss what it's like to do their job. But our marquee event was on February 16th, and that was the Legal Networking Fair. We had about, I want to say, 8 to 9 firms join us and speak with students from all faculties, largely paralegal students entering their practicums, and just talking about what it's like to work at their law firm. That was really valuable for students because some students had never even spoken to a law firm before, spoken to an HR recruiter before, so that brought a lot of value to sort of just the student body. Looking forward, we're focusing more on some LSAT informational events and hoping to have a few fun ones to kind of spice it up. We're looking at a gala event in partnership with SFU's Pre-Law Society and a LSAT mock test day in partnership with the Princeton Review, which is actually the sort of one of our big accomplishments of the last couple months has been officially partnering with the Princeton Review and getting access to discounted LSAT prep and basically a plethora of events that we can have run at any point at the school. So the CLA, we are looking to collaborate with SFU's Pre-Law Society. We've been in talks, and it's just about finalizing dates and stuff like that. That's just down the line. The Princeton Review partnership is definitely the big one. We also do work with the faculty at Capilano quite a bit, and the Career Development Center as well.
So we have a mascot contest. Our end date for it was March 28th that we would like to kind of have it all figured out, but we want to start having the CLA implement a mascot for us. We thought it would be a really fun idea, more engaging. We kind of had some examples, kind of like the Doughboy or like Kellogg's mascot, because I think it brings a very fun and interactive kind of person or thing to embody who we are. So right now we're just requesting any student, could be from any faculty, even like design, most likely, hopefully, to kind of submit their submission so that we have something to work with. And then you get a $200 Amazon gift card as a reward. So it's a really good incentive. The students, I think it would be a really fun idea. So I'm not sure if Priya has anything else to say for it, but
yeah. If you win, you get a certificate as well. That sort of makes you. It says that you were the official designer of the CLA mascot, and we're hoping to get it printed on merch. And everyone, the designer of the mascot will be given full credit.
yeah. So like we'll have like shirts kind of like this, maybe with the mascot on the bottom or something. Have sweatshirts, maybe even like a purse. But yeah,
It's definitely a great opportunity to sort of build your portfolio if you're in design and, you know, you're talking to a client per se, or they're looking at like, hey, what have you got? It's like, I designed their mascot. I think that's pretty cool. So please submit your designs. Link in bio with the CLA Instagram. But yeah, I think it would be awesome. And that's kind of what we like to do with the CLA. We like to bring all faculties at Capilano together under the umbrella of law, but in any capacity, that's what we're here to do. So the contest is open only to CapU students, but like Maria said earlier, it's for anyone across any faculty, any program, any year. You just have to be a CapU student. No AI.
let your imagination go wild. As long as it embodies who we are and like our values and law, you know, I think that would be what we'd accept.
Mm-hmm. But it has to be your original work, and you cannot use AI, and you cannot infringe on any copyright. If any of the designs are unacceptable or just not really fitting with the CLA's vision, we'll just extend the competition. Yeah, if anyone wants to stay updated on all of our events, the best way to do that is to follow our Instagram. And if you have any questions, email cla@csu.bc.ca.
We also have LinkedIn.
That was a new one.